When everybody was saying that Empire was cheating when they were in the Rise Up and then joined Pro League, was you or any of your teams sus of them? Dude, everyone thought Empire was cheating. Everyone. Every single member of every single region. I mean, if you want, we could look at the Empire relegation match against Ends on Bank, and we can have a laugh about how fucking obvious it is that they're cheating. Because I still think they cheated back then. I genuinely think that. It was bad. It was bad. There's like 20 clips from that Bank match where it is unexplainable what happened. Absolutely unexplainable. I don't think they cheat anymore by any means. I don't think they have for a long time. But that relegation match, I cannot explain. I cannot explain that. And a lot of people have looked at it. No one can explain it.
There's little time on the clock, and they haven't even commenced that plant. Shate, there we go. He'll try to go for it, but Karzeka coming in from the back. No! Wilkie will take one, and the Uno for the second. A push in from Scyther. It takes Shate down. No more Habana. But Wilkie will finish it off, and that's the second round to go the way of Ents. I really have to question the Bandit there.
Yeah, that was a really puzzling fight there from Karzeka.
I don't know if it's a spectator thing or if he actually did that.
I think setting up themselves around the main lobby and going for a site push that way, as we've seen them do so many times before. This Thermite will cut off rotation from the main hallway, but Shock will just win the fight. We're talking about angles that go both ways. If you Thermite a wall, you need to hold it as well. Joystick somehow has made himself upstairs again. How did you get back upstairs, Joystick? Boonsey will take out Scyther, and the phone call. Uno, how did you not hear it? This could be a free kill for Joystick, and it will be. After Wilkie takes down Karzeka in the site, though, these kills from Joystick from above are going to be so much more important. The defuse plant going down, and Joystick will see it, and he will take down the Thermite. Bootsy eliminated, and that puts it into a 2-on-2. Shock in the site will lose to Wilkie, but there's no time left, and Joystick again! What is going on? Empire win the round off the back of Joystick, and Joystick alone.
Every single time. How is he allowed to go back up the stairs? Literally, he's tagged by the Jackal, and the instant that tag goes away, everybody forgets that he exists. To have in such a situation, all operators that can really slow the attack down. 38 seconds on the clock. One more Toxic Babe in hand. Scyther with...
One day I feel like, one day when Siege is done, I wish we could come back together and talk about like honest things, like who threw what match, who cheated what game. Because I feel like if you go back to the 7 years of Siege Pro League, there's a lot of shit that's happened that is like off the books, you know? Like match fixing is definitely a real thing, throwing on purpose is a real thing. You know, people poaching players happens every fucking season still now. All that kind of stuff. Could be fun to talk about with people back when our careers don't like go into flames if we talk about it. There's been some stuff. What's poaching? Poaching is when you, like, let's say TSM, they DM me saying, yo Nick, you wanna join TSM? That's illegal. TSM needs to go through Ubisoft and or my organization, aka G2 or DC right now, and ask the DC people, hey, are you guys willing to sell Pengu? And then they can just say no. And then I would never know that TSM wanted me. That's why people poach, because often a player do want to leave, but they don't know they have an offer. So basically poaching is when you go directly to the player and you offer them something, and then, you know, you make a side deal, and then you go to the org. Because poaching kind of like, you have a mold, and you kind of ruin teams from within. That's why poaching is illegal. You get fined and punished if you get caught.
The good old split death box.
The org can still say no, pay YOLO, but okay, imagine this. Imagine G2 knows I want to leave G2, but I don't have any offers, right? Then imagine that TSM, they DM me, and they tell me, yo Nick, we want to buy you out but we gotta talk to G2 first. Are you interested in joining? This is your salary. This is how long we want you for. This is the roster, right? Then TSM goes to G2. G2 tells me nothing. They pretend it never happened. Then I go to G2 and I say, hey guys, did TSM reach out to you guys? And they go, no, they didn't. And either I have to reveal that I got poached, or I gotta play stupid and be, oh, okay, never mind then. And if I know a team wants me and I want to leave, but my org won't let me, I'm obviously gonna have bad blood with my organization, which is why, you know, the org doesn't tell you about it. Because they don't want to lose you. Assumingly, they don't want to lose you. Uses, how do you get... Man. How do you get both kills there as well? The orc can't lie though, can they? I mean, let me ask you this. What is an orc? Is it just another human being? If so, yes, everybody lies. Everybody lies. Organizations lie every day to their players, their staff, their sponsors. Of course they do. It's shady business after all. Not shady business, but everybody lies. Your girlfriend lies to you, your mom lies to you, your friends lie to you, the orc lies to you. Your orc isn't your friend. Your orc is your employer. And they have the best interest in mind of the company, not the players. And I learned that the hard way. I thought my orc was my best friend. And I found out when I joined esports that is not the case. So yes, they do lie to you. And they fuck you over on contracts, if they can. That's why a lot of players get stuck in contract hell. They sign back contracts because they don't know any better, and they sign for low salaries. Because orcs lie. And if they can get a player for cheap, they'll take a player for cheap. They don't care about paying you a fair salary. Some orcs are better than others, of course. But generally speaking, orcs are not your friends. Is there a time between seasons where someone can approach you? No, you can never get approached. As long as you are on an active contract and you're not allowed to explore your options by the organization, you cannot be approached, legally speaking. So you need to get permission, basically. In a perfect world. No one does it. Like, everyone poaches everybody. Like, you know, you go into a TeamSpeak call, you pretend you want to talk about a different game, you play some Valheim or some Escape from Tarkov or some Valorant together, you know, like... If I'm in Siege Pro League and I start playing Valorant or Bolo off stream, we're poaching each other. Or like, someone's poaching someone. You know, like, that's how it goes. If I call Fabian, who needs a Vitality, and I say, yo, Fabian, you wanna play some Minecraft, Fabian? Like, tonight? That's me or Fabian poaching, or like, talking about stuff we shouldn't talk about. That's how the business is. Always. And it happens with every team, every org. Always. Like, when we picked up Citizen and Virtue, or when we picked up Virtue from Fnatic, he was at Invitationals. We were at Invitationals. We drank together. We partied together. And we didn't talk about dogs and cats when we did that. You know? We spoke about roles, positions, ideologies, Siege, like what operators we like playing. You know, we're kind of building that, like, the idea for the thing to happen. And you plant a seed in the mind of the player so that he has doubts about his current team. And then you make him leave the team to join you. That's what Fabian did to me. I was going to join a French team with Six Quatre, Falco, Spoken, and I think there was a couple options. Like Livin was there and Yogurts were there. And Fabian came to me and was like, yo, Nick, I want to make a team. You, me, and Junas +2. And I was like, I don't want to, Fabian. I got this super French roster I want to play with. And then Fabian did the same thing. Fabian, he planted this seed of doubt in the back of my head saying, you don't speak French. When they start arguing, you don't know what to say. The first person to get kicked is going to be you. That's all I'm going to say. And then I sat on that for like a few days and I was like, yeah, you're right, Fabian. Like, I'm going to get kicked first. And I joined Fabian and the rest is history. But like, that happens all the time. Stuff like that. It's very normal stuff. Yeah, we've been poached by a couple NA teams. There's an NA org that wanted to buy the entire roster of Penta and fly us to America, get us a house, and then we would overtake the roster over the course of 2 seasons. Because you can only kick 2 players every season back then. So we would all fly out, would all get full salary. Then the first season, me and Fabian would join the roster and they would kick 2 players. Then the season after, they would kick the other 2 players and put in Kanto and whoever else. And then the only thing was we had to play with the 5th player from their team. And they would get us all 5 players a full salary, coaching staff, a house, visas, everything. It was super sketchy. Like, they basically were gonna overthrow their own team without them knowing. As the org. This is like years ago. Like, long time ago. I think the salary was offered was like $3,000, which back then was like the highest salary in the game, basically. But that's how long at the time ago it was. So stuff like that happens, yeah. Stuff like that happens.